What's good? Welcome to my YouTube channel. On this channel, I'm not going to talk about anything in particular. There's really no plan on where this is going to go, but um, today I quit my job and with no other thing lined up. So, and I'm happy with my decision. Uh, but at the same time, it is kind of scary too because I don't know where this is gonna go, um, in terms of what, what my, uh, you know, what my future employment will look like. And for a lot of people, I think that they like to have an idea of, security when it comes to their livelihood in general. Um, but anyways, uh, in this video, I just want to talk about how sometimes it's okay to quit. Sometimes it's okay to choose yourself. As scary as it can be, but there doesn't exactly have to be a plan if you feel like that it is the right thing for you, specifically for you to do. Um, yeah, so in my case, I feel like it is good for me to be a lone wolf in that sense. And so I made that decision after careful thought. And so here I am. In general, society is falling apart. Now, to some of you out there, this may be no surprise. To others, you may be thinking right now, what is Jeff talking about? Exactly, when he says society's falling apart. And when I say that, I mean that it is as if how I perceive it is everyone is walking around now um as if they are, for lack of a better word, as if they are robots. Okay? Uh there is no everything is like pre-written, pre-scripted. There is no passion for life. There is no um I sense that when I look at people or even when I talk to people, even the way people speak is just pre-scripted. It's it's not authentic. And in this channel, that's something I want to uh, unwrap, the idea of authenticity. Personally, I feel that, actually, I don't feel, I know that I'm the type of guy where it's not even an option for me. I have this thing to a fault where authenticity is just in my programming. I can spot fakeness from, whoa, from 200 miles away. No, not 200, but you get the point. I can spot it from a mile away. And I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but I would like to think it's a good thing. Um, but today our society has lost the idea of authenticity, of just the need for approval has outweighed the um the people choosing themselves. Okay, people don't seem to want to or be able to choose themselves. Um, and then they all become the same once they choose that path. Um, for every one of you out there in your life, I'm sure you have people talking in your ear. You have your parents over here. You have maybe your friends over here. Maybe someone you care about, a spouse, a partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, maybe even a mentor. Some people have mentors too, or a spiritual director if you're more of a religious person. If you know what you know what I mean when I say that. But at the end of the day, you really need to listen to yourself. Um, this job I was at, I wouldn't like to say I'm a quitter because I, you know, in general, quitting isn't something I enjoy doing, if that makes any sense. But for the past 7 months I've been at the job, no, maybe more like I worked there for about 7, 8 months, and then after about month number 3, maybe month number 4, it just became torture. Not necessarily the work, but just everything, the environment, just the people, maybe, you know, interactions, mainly the interactions and stuff with strangers and such. I'm not going to go too deep into that. In the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But that job became like, you know, pretty much unbearable. And I tolerate a lot of things, but it's like I reached the end of the line today. I reached the end of my rope. So I quit. On good terms. I mean, I was respectful, you know. You know how it goes, but there's something freeing, but there's something kind of like sad at the same time when you do quit a job. Um, it's definitely a different dynamic versus it when you're, you know, when you're let go from a job. But there's part of me that knows this is for the best. And there's another part of me that knows that choosing myself will have a return. It will be a return someday, for sure. Okay? Now, there's a point when I feel like I'm not meant for society. I feel like there's no place for me here. So that may have played a role in that as well. For me kind of disconnecting now from that. Um But that's when I know myself to be authentic. I know myself to be that I know when I don't belong in a place that tries to make me feel like I'm not an alien when I know I am, and that's okay. Do any of you guys resonate with that out there? Maybe you feel like you know you don't belong here, or you know you don't belong there. Maybe you know you don't belong with that person or something, but they will make you feel like you do just to, you can tell it's not authentic. And so you feel that tug in here. You feel that, like, just that burning thing in here. And you have to do something about it. I'm telling you guys, you have to do something about it when you run into this mirror, I'll call it. The mirror is held up to yourself and you can't ignore it. At some point, you just can't. But anyways, yeah, I don't know where to go from here. Other than the fact that I feel relieved I don't have to clock in to that place again. I mean, I'm not trying to make it out like a living hell, but for me, it was like hell. Okay? And not clocking in again feels good. That knowing that I don't have to do that. And that's where I'm going to circle back around to that concept of choosing yourself. Even though you don't know where that's necessarily going to dump you. It can be scary not having other things lined up. But you probably don't want to have other things lined up, because if you do have stuff lined up in terms of employment, you're just going to end right back to where you were, feeling chained, tired, an alien, like you don't belong. And it's funny because you can say that and they won't care. They won't listen. They just want you to labor. And that's no surprise to a lot of you guys out there. I know you hearing that is no surprise at all. And I'm not saying quit your job. I'm not saying that at all. With nothing lined up too. Don't. I'm just sharing my experience this evening about how, the adventure begins. I'll put it that way. You can't really see the future. I know I can't. And that's scary, but it is exciting too. It's scary, but it's exciting. And you don't know which one it's supposed to be on. You don't want it to be more scary than it is exciting, or the other way around. You just know that I did this, and I don't know what this is going to happen. I just trust in God at the end of the day. Supplication. You just got to trust in God at that point. But yeah, I know for a fact I just want to be real. And on this channel, I'm going to keep it real. I shouldn't even have to tell you that. You'll see that. You'll find that out for yourself. But that is my goal. This channel is going to be for those who just want to sit down, press play, and just want to see what the everyday, what daily, what I have to say about my life and life in general, if you're interested in hearing it. In the most truthful, transparent, authentic way possible. As far as I'm able to. Okay. So if you're ever feeling that you don't belong in the environment you're in, and when I say in the environment, I mean like your employer, or maybe you live with your family, or you live with someone, you just know you can't be there, or you shouldn't be there. My advice to you is to just think about it, or if you're religious, maybe if you're a religious person, pray about it, or sleep on it, is the term people like to use as well. And just think it over before actually doing it. That way, when you do it, you're just calm, you're collected, you know exactly what you're doing. And then once you do it, you just become like, okay, did it. What does the universe have in store? You know, as I keep doing my end, what will the universe do on its end? What plan, what destiny will God give you for actually doing something that your heart told you that's what it needs? As cheesy as it sounds, or corny as it sounds, but like I said, I'm trying to keep it real. So, there you have it. I also just want to say that I don't know if many of you are familiar with this platform. I'm sure many of you are actually. It's YouTube. But if you want to subscribe, you can. If you don't. No pressure. And if you like the video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. I don't care. So if you want to subscribe, do it. If you like it, do it. If you don't want to do any of that, don't do it. But I'm just here to tell you that you, if you're like me, you are not wrong, and you are definitely not broken for feeling the way you do, whether you're whether you're a man or a woman, boy or girl. You're not broken, you're not in the wrong. And people will try to make you feel that way. But don't give in to that. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay? There is a life force in each of us. There is a life force, right? In us. And I'm not sure about women, but for men, I know it's like in our spine or something. And that life force is going to help guide you to, manifest in your destiny, toward accepting the universe, what the universe has in store for you. So, say you're here, the universe is over here. You can't sit still and do nothing, but the universe isn't going to sit still either. So, you kind of have to, meet in the middle. The universe is going to always be coming toward you, and then your life force, your positivity, your productivity, um, your your passion, I guess, for lack of better words, your journey is going to take you, and then it's going to meet. The universe will help you meet your path. But the time for that is no one knows. I don't even know mine. But I know it's gonna happen. Those types of things do happen. Um, you can have a very wise person, for example, who knows a lot of things too, and they won't even know what the future holds for them. So, anyways, that's gonna be my video this evening. Thanks, y'all, for watching. You can either like or subscribe, up to you, or both. I'll see you later.